Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call this meeting to order at 5:01 p.m. Can we start off with a roll call, please?
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain, present and willing.
Ms. Sarah Turner, Mr. Jacob Sandoval,
Aye.
Ms. Elva Ariano is not present, and Mr. Andrew Sandoval is not present.
Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the board agenda, item 1.3?
Motion to approve?
Okay, I second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval, and Ms. Elva Ariano is not present. Motion passes 3-0.
Okay, today in closed session items, we have item 2.1, potential litigation under Government Code Section 54956.8 and 54956.9. Do we have any public comments regarding closed session items?
We have no public comment at this
No
time.
public comments. Can I get a motion to adjourn the closed session, please?
Motion to adjourn to closed session?
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Mr. Neil Patel,
There'll be another aye, Captain.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval,
Aye.
Ms. Ariano, and Mr. Sandoval are not present. Motion passes 3-0.
Okay, see everybody afterwards. Okay, we're gonna reconvene back into open session. There's nothing to report on, nothing was voted on. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda, items 5.2 to 5.3, please?
So motion?
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Alva Ariano,
Aye.
Ms. Sarah Turner.
Okay.
Oh,
That's right,
got
you can
it.
see.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval,
Aye.
motion passes 4-0.
Okay, moving on to reports, information, and correspondence. Start off with item 6.1. Is there anybody here from SRTA or comments submitted?
I have an email from
Okay.
SRTA. Says, good evening, members of the board. Our teachers are continuing to work hard during these challenging times. We appreciate everyone's support. We have nothing else to report at this time. Thank you and take care. Heather Varela, SRTA Vice President.
Okay, thank you very much, SRTA. We appreciate your comments. 6.2, CSEA. Okay, thank you for coming as well. Thank you. There is
They're not
no.
reporting. They're not.
Okay, we're gonna skip 6.3. It's gonna get pushed to the next meeting. Moving on to 6.4, Superintendent's Cabinet. We'll start off with the Director of MOTF, Mr. Victor Sandoval.
Well, good evening, everybody, and hello to everybody. It's been a week. It's of everything that's happening on facilities, transportation, and maintenance. So currently, we're just kind of creating a new bus route or a van route for our special ed, and in regards to transportation. And maintenance continues to do work orders, and on Saturdays we're doing other projects, other than what I've reported on my Friday letter. Other than that, that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. I did notice in the Friday letter, as far as the water bottle fillers coming out, how are those coming along?
They're coming out really well. You'll be able to see pretty much every one of the sites completed this week. With just touch-up paint and stuff like that. They're all installed except for the one that's going onto the multi-purpose room at Gavilan View. So they're going to be all done this week.
Any questions or comments from the board?
I had a question about the water bottle. Is there a water test we do to make sure it's coming out filtered, or how do we do that?
So we added the filters into the system itself. So anything that's going through the bottle filling stations is filtered, and that will have to be filtered, or the filter being replaced probably maybe every 4 months to 6 months, but we'll determine on the usage of it. So we'll have to play it by ear.
I guess part of your question was, is there like a backup check in the way as far as the quality being tested? Is that what you're?
Yeah, I just want to. Yeah, well, if we test quality on that.
As far as the quality of the Salinas, well, what do we call it? The California Water District. They actually put out a yearly quality test out there, and I can print that up and send it to you guys or share it with at the next board meeting if you'd like.
I know. I was just more curious at the end point of the filtering, like, if there's, like parts per million or something we're monitoring. I used to work at a water store, so we used to have a little machine we'd fill with water, and it would just, give us a gauge of what that was. So I was just curious if we have something like that.
We're not really trained to do that, but we rely on the water district that actually serves our water. So we kind of take their reports and share them with, staff and students whenever they ask that question.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the board? No? Okay. All right. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to Chief Business Officer, Ms. Rosa Zamudio.
Good evening. It feels good to be back. I was out for almost 3 weeks due to a family emergency, but I'm following up with emails still and pending projects that I had on hold. On the board package, you're going to see the letter from Monterey County Office of Education is the approval for the first interim budget report. it's pretty much saying that they approved the budget, and it's pretty much saying that we're able to meet our obligations for our current year and 2 years out. So it's there for your review. And also, we continue to work on electronic forms. We're slowly moving some of our paper forms, such as the employee change of address and mileage reimbursement, to online with Inform K-12. And I'm excited about it. We did the whole process in-house. The first documents that we had the company do it for us. But right now we're trained where we can actually take our current forms and make them active and live for our employees. So I'm really excited about that. And slowly we're going to be moving to additional forms. And again, this is just for the process to be more efficient, effective. It's faster. And we're also avoiding the contact for in person for the employees, so that way they don't have to come all the way here to the district office. And I'm also excited because we currently have an opening for a budget technician. As you know, you previously approved the accountant position, so we had a promotion, and I'm excited. It's closing this Friday, so I'm looking forward to work with a new person, and that's pretty much what I have. And I'm here if you have any questions. Thank you.
Okay. And I just want to say thank you for continuing making everything more digital. I'm sure that's going to keep making the office more efficient. So. I know the governor kind of came out with, I guess, their projections. We'll see that on our next budget, right, in a couple months, potentially. Any questions or comments from the board? No? Okay. Thank you very much, Rosa. Okay, moving on to Director of Special Education and Student Services, Ms. Melanie Grundy.
Perfect. Good evening, everyone. Nice to see everyone. We have been onboarding. We have a new speech pathologist starting at our preschool. So they'll be serving our non-attending students as well as our littlest learners, our preschoolers. So excited to have them get started. We were able to pull together as a team and work with our site leaders as well as our attendance clerks in an A2A attendance training last week. Where we got to focus on attendance and just really kind of start looking at that data and prioritizing how to just support families and students with just better attendance. So we'll be following up and working with our site leaders and our clerks just to continue that process and how to support our families. I was also able to meet with our all SPED team this week, where we focused on just pre-planning and preparation. We also went over our Monterey County behavioral health procedure and process and just that whole referral process. And we looked at transition plans. So special education for students that will be moving between, right? So preschool to elementary to middle, and then we'll be partnering with the high school district to help students transition onto the high school district. So just really thinking through setting that up and how we can be really systematic and help our families and students as they transition. So that's really all for me. Any questions?
Any questions from the board? No? Okay. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Moving on to Director of Parent, Family, and Community Engagement, Dr. Summer Prather-Smith.
Everybody. I want to start with letting everyone know that February is Dental Hygiene Awareness Month, so make sure you get your teeth cleaned. With that, we were able to purchase dental kits for every student in the district. The dental kit has a toothbrush, floss, toothpaste, and a little reminder about how to brush. Along with that, we're attaching a flyer. We received, as I shared with you, about $14,000 from the Christina Smiles grant to help support students who are under or uninsured with dental costs. So we'll include that in each of those kits so that families can start to reach out to us. We also included those at the clinic, at Clínica de Salud, at their dental clinic, so that any Santa Rita families that show up and need support have access to that. We're rolling out the kits over the month. They're arriving in groups, and so that we're not storing 4,000 dental kits. Santa Rita's went out this week. So Santa Rita, and then as they come in, we'll deliver to each of the sites, and their toothbrushes appropriately sized for each grade level. So we're excited about that, and we're hoping to spend that $14,000 to support our community with their dental needs. Thank you to our administrators who have been working one-on-one coaching with Mr. Roy Burton, our restorative justice guru, helping support each of our sites develop individualized plans around the implementation of restorative justice practices for 22-23. So right now, each site's getting an opportunity to work with him one-on-one, look at where they're at, where their needs are, and develop a plan so that moving into the next school year, we're really ready to kick off the school year, fully ready to implement. We had a great DLAC turnout. Over 60 parents showed up, plus all of our members were present, which is beautiful. It's a little bit hard to navigate in the virtual world of DLAC to find our members in the group, but we're getting the hang of it, and they're texting me their responses, so that helps a little bit. But it was great to see so many parents there. We were able to review our EL master plan, talk about reclassification, and then I'm working with the county office to bring a special presentation around reclassification and the seal of biliteracy. Those were 2 areas of interest. And then last, I just want to thank MCOE and Justin Parker for all his support with our foster youth. We've had kind of an increased number of foster youth coming into our district recently. And Justin and the team at MCOE have been so helpful in helping us get everything in place to make sure that these students can be successful. So thank you, Justin Parker.
Okay, sounds like a lot of great things helping for fill the needs of our community. It's exciting to hear also about the increased parent engagement. I did attend an MCOE meeting this morning. I was the foster team was there, so that was kind of cool to meet them. It seems like they're pretty passionate about what they do and stuff. So thank you. Any questions or comments from the board? No? Okay, thank you very much for the update. Okay, next, Director of Curriculum and Instruction, Ms. Tanya Coney.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you. I let you know the LPAC has, we've started boots on the ground running with assessing our kids and thanking the paras and the TOSAs and all the teachers for their support while we complete that at each site. And with different needs, sites are supporting each other to make sure that they have those supports in place. So it's really been a team effort with our TOSAs and our paras and our admin staff, or when there's shortage or not. So that's really exciting. I'm working on the supplemental LCAP that I'll be presenting next board meeting, and want to thank the business department for their support with all things LCAP and budgets, and it's been a fun team to work with. And we had a fun meeting with our subcommittee for the facilities, discussing locker rooms and all the little details that we're looking to put in place to move that forward fluently. And thank you, Andrew Sandoval, for attending that subcommittee meeting, and your input was great as well. And I've been busy. Every once in a while, I'll go over to JG and support them. And Miss Martinez with her transition, or if they have an absence over there, or just in her transition. And then we'll be interviewing her TOSA position tomorrow. So that's exciting to put that in place. And our GV parking lot, I've been out helping to put the navigation in check. So make sure everybody's moving fluidly. So helping Alberto move the GV parking lot, and it's going well. A little bit slow, but it's going really well. And thanking all the GV teachers and staff for their support, and parents and community for their support and patience with that.
Okay, great, thank you. Questions or comments from the board?
I just have a quick comment. Thank you, Donna, for your leadership, and I know it's a big project you're taking on. So I just appreciate all the collaboration with all the different staff members, and thank you for including everybody. And I appreciate your work on this going forward. Thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Patel, do you want? No, you're okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you for the update. Appreciate it. Okay, moving on to Assistant Superintendent of Human Resource, Ms. Becky Moore.
Thank you. Good evening. Our department has been working collaboratively with Donna and her team and Rosa and her team on the CalPADS Fall 2 data for the upcoming submission. That's really important for our credentials assignment monitoring that will come up. So we've been working on that. And I just will also monitoring the new COVID leave bank that's coming up. We know that it has passed some of the stages and is just waiting for final approval. So then we'll be implementing an addition of, I believe, 80 hours more of COVID leave for all employees. And I really want to say how thankful that we are to all of our staff, classified, certificated administrators, our principals who are on the front lines, our managers, for dealing with the shortages the last few weeks. I am happy to report that our COVID cases are going down. So I'm hoping that we've passed the peak and things are just going to keep getting better. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we move on to the board and the superintendent. Start off with Mr. Andrew Sandoval.
Thank you. Let me be a little bit off topic, but I just wanted to, I saw in the news the other day and congratulate Mr. Martell and his family and his daughter for breaking that amazing soccer record. I think it was 49 goals. And, you know, I think that Mr. Martell's message to his daughter also resonates in the classroom. You know, him pushing students and just pushing for them to succeed and to push beyond what they think their limits are. So I just wanted to congratulate him and his daughter for their good work. And of course, Mama Martell.
Okay, Mr. Neil Patel.
I wanted to talk about this during the HR portion, but I also wanted to commend our staff. You know, the amount of people helping each other because other people are sick and they're having to take over duties, I understand. You know, you're basically opening yourself up because there's no other choice. Do we close school down or do we take additional students while staff is, you know, takes care of themselves, which we need them to do. And so these have been very difficult. I've never seen this in 20 years. The sub shortages, the amount of people, students getting sick, COVID, you know, it's just been a very tough toll. And I'm just very fortunate that in this district, you know, we have a staff that it comes together. And so I want to thank each and every one of our members of the Santa Rita School District. You know, they say it takes a village, but in our case, you know, it takes a whole school system. You know, everyone needs to step up. Everyone needs to help each other. So thank you, and thank you. Having said that, you know, I've talked to various teachers, and you know, the hope is that finally the COVID numbers are going down. I know I'm seeing it in my classroom. They've dropped down, you know, considerably. I'm hoping that we can transition at some point. I know the state is removing the mask mandate, but I want to remind the public that school districts do not have that choice. We are still mandated by state law and county, and so we will follow the directives that have been set upon us. So even though I know next week they're calling for the end of public masks, you know, by the state, I just want to remind people that that is not true for school districts, especially ours. But we will follow all laws, and as soon as we can, we will, you know, provide more information to our community. Having said that, this has been a very difficult week. You know, we had a shooting in Salinas of two young individuals, and I teach, you know, right there, and you know, these are students of mine, and at our district, at our school, and it hurts. And you know, this was senseless, another senseless shooting of young people, you know, and it just as a school teacher, seeing how that impacts other students, family members, community, you know, the toll is devastating. And what upsets me really right now is there is no uproar. There is no banging on the walls. Why is this happening? We need to do something about it. It's as if it's normal. And I find that very alarming, distasteful, makes me angry. But, you know, I'm going to do my part, and hopefully others will too, to raise the voice that these things, these conditions are not acceptable. Sorry to end on a bad note like that, you know, but, you know, we are a community. We rise together and we raise each other up together at times as well. So thank you.
Ms. Alvarado?
I just want to reiterate what Mr. Patel said about how thankful he is for all of the dedication of all the members here in this district. And they're coming together to work together because it is a very difficult time. And I know that all of you, most of you have, from the board, from the district office, has had to go in and substitute. And, we all know that when kids have to have a substitute all the time, it is very difficult for the kids. And I want to praise the children too, because the children are the ones that pretty much suffer through all of this. And they're our customers, they're our kids. So, but I'm very thankful that we have people in leadership and who is really taking a big role in embracing our children during this horrible pandemic. But good news is that it's going down, so that's good. So thank you for all the dedication. And I am looking forward tomorrow for the Behavior Task Force, 3:30, correct? So I'm very anxious to come on and see how everything goes. And that's going to be virtual, right? Okay. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Sarah Turner?
Hi, board members. I have some questions, so you gotta listen to my comments now. So I attended the Monterey County School Boards Association meeting last Monday. Board members, did you receive an email about the training on vaping on February 15th? Great. So my appreciation to MCOE, because everything that we've asked them to provide trainings for, they've been so responsive about that and getting really good people. So that's happening in February. March is really going to be centered on advocacy. Did you guys receive an email from Rachel Bickert? Yep. Okay. She's the new CSBA employee in our area. So March, we're going to be talking about advocacy. The MCOE is also going to be doing the All In for Equity seminar again this spring, which people who've attended it in the past have raved about it. So we're going to be going forward. The meeting was extremely interesting, the Monterey County School Boards Association meeting, because we had a very in-depth discussion about changing how we organize the Excellence in Education Award that we do on a yearly basis. That we did not come to an agreement, but decided to send it to a subcommittee because it's such a huge undertaking, changing how we do that. But I know as a board, year before last, we recognized First Tee, which was really an organization that has done amazing things for Santa Rita. This year, we're going to be recognizing the Food Bank of Monterey County, who's done an amazing job with COVID. But it has been an issue in terms of my experience. All these agencies that we honor do good things, but sometimes their impact, even though it's theoretically countywide, only affects like 1 or 2 districts kind of thing. So we really talked about how can we better honor people who are helping our kids, and how can we think about this in different geographic areas and different ages. So it was an exceptionally interesting meeting, but there's some great trainings coming out, so just please keep checking your email. The group's really committed to trying to help our kids this way, so thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. For myself first, I just want to remind everybody that we still have the fundraiser for the shoes. It's on the district website. The goal would be to reach 10,000. I think we're at 5,800.
More than halfway.
More than halfway. So, I think sometimes we look at something and we think about like, oh, we're going to do it later. I'm going to do it later. Well, now is the time. So when you get home, if you're watching this video at home, log in now, take a break, donate what you can. It does make a difference on the impact of students, and how they come to school and their confidence level and how well they do in school. So I just wanted to bring that out. As far as for me, I think I've just been attending a lot of meetings regarding the West area plan. I have been meeting with different city council people trying to advocate for our district. And I want to encourage, the community, teachers, anybody watching that, that I get too political, but make sure you choose candidates that support schools, that support our community, that support our children. I think when people are running, they always say, yes, they support schools and districts, but, when it comes down to it, so we just need your support, so just keep that in mind. That support people, that support our schools, that support our district, that support our children. So that's all I have to report. Ms. Alderman?
Well, first, I would like to wish Donna Koenig a very happy birthday at the end of this day. Some GV staff members came over and helped decorate her office today for her. I know she was very pleased with their work. One of the biggest things that we've been doing as a district this year is processing our transfer request out of our district and into our district. And one of the more challenging things for us right now is one of our neighboring districts is not releasing any of their students until March 1st. And that is also their cutoff date for students requesting into their district. So that's difficult. It's taxing other districts with releasing students earlier than we are able to accept students requesting from their district. So what Amy Lopez and the ladies in the front office are dealing with are a lot of very confused parents coming in requesting us, but they haven't been released from their district. So that's just an ongoing challenge, but we're trying to get ahead of those and process those early. We look at a couple of our bubble grade levels where we need to make sure that we have room for our current students before we add more from outside of our district. And we always communicate that to any families who that's one of the circumstances that they're facing with us, and letting them know our timeline for getting that information and processing those requests as soon as possible. So kind of chugging along with those. Been working with Victor, looking at where we're at with different projects. The Gavilan View Kitchen project, heard about that today, is progressing very well. Hopefully can take you on a tour pretty soon so you can see where we're at progress-wise with that and different layout stuff. And really looking forward to bringing some more updated facility needs analysis information to you at our next board meeting. We'll have one more facilities meeting before that. And then we'll start proposing different priorities for the board to evaluate and then lay out what our priority plans are for our updated 5-year facilities plan.
Okay, any questions or comments from the board? Okay, no, well, thank you.
Just a great job to you and Amy, because I know this is the fastest or earliest we're responding to parents, and I know they always feel like they're in limbo. So I know a lot of we're getting a lot of requests, and I'm a little confused. Did you say that the other district won't release them until their deadline as well? Mm-hmm. What school district is that? Sorry,
you can ask privately.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
Absolute hooliganism.
It's our neighbor, Salinas City Elementary School District.
Because I understand they had a whole study about, losing enrollments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Silderman. Okay. Move on to public comment regarding non-agenda items. Is there any public comments?
We have no public comments.
Okay. Any public comments regarding agenda items?
Not at this time.
Okay. Okay. Move on to 8.1, approved contract for auditing services.
And that is my item. So we are required to select an auditing firm before April 1st by Ed Code, and we fill out some information and send it to the county. I know we just approved the audit report on the last board meeting, but we only have 3 months before we start working with them again. So the sooner the better. We are keeping the services with the same auditing firm that we've been having so far. And yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Okay. Any questions or comments? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
No, motion to approve. No questions.
Okay.
And I've been really satisfied with them for their previous work.
Okay. Can I get a second, please?
I concur. Second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval.
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel.
Aye, Captain.
Ms. Alvariano.
Aye.
Ms. Sarah Turner.
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, moving on to 9.1, approve increase in hours of preschool paraprofessional position from 5 hours to 8 hours.
Thank you.
Oh.
Are able to uphold the ratio for our preschool. We are seeking to increase hours to our paraprofessionals. It will give us some more flexibility with coverage, especially when somebody is not there due to illness or vacation.
Okay, questions or
The
comments?
preschool grant would cover the cost of this increase in hours and addition of benefits.
How many preschool classes do we have open right now?
Our classrooms operating with 2 current paraprofessionals. We had 2 postings. We'll continue with those 2 postings, so we would have 4 classes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, item 9.2, approve 5-hour special education paraprofessional position.
Thank you. Again, in collaboration with Melanie and making sure that our special education needs are fully met, we are requesting an additional paraprofessional for the special education program to assist with speech and language services. This would be a 5-hour position.
Any questions or comments? Can I get a motion to approve?
So motion.
Okay, second, please.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, item 10.1, approve speech and language pathologist contract.
Perfect. So that's exactly what it sounds like. It's a speech and language pathologist position serving our preschool and non-attending students. It's a contracted SLP through Goodfellow. Then we're already contracting with them for both of our occupational therapists.
Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
I second the motion for Goodfellow.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, item 10.2, approve contract behavior technician.
Perfect. So this is yet another behavior technician. It's a spot that we've already had filled, but unfortunately that person had family commitments. So this is just replacing that position. It's a behavior technician to support one of our special day classrooms.
Any questions? Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, 11.1, approve Spring Alsal Center for the Fine Arts contract.
That's me. So this is the second half of our Folklorico. So this will bring Folklorico to JG and to McKinnon for the
Awesome.
spring. So continuing our work from Gavilan View and La Jolla and expanding to the next 2 sites.
Awesome. Motion to approve, please.
Well, I just have to say a few words. You know, I just want to thank our district for bringing in this fantastic cultural program. I'm very supportive of it, you know, and I think it brings a rich appreciation to the culture of our students, of our people, if you will. I would love to see maybe expansion, maybe in the future of other cultures as well. You know, we have a huge Filipino, Japanese, and Korean population as well. But, you know, I just love celebration of culture and the idea of being proud of where we come from and where we're going. So thank you very, very much, you know, for including Bailar. Thank you.
And I'll just add with that I am working with Alisal Center to bring in some other organizations as well. So that is part of our expansion
awesome.
plan. So the challenge is getting people have to come from San Jose. So it's about coordinating, but that is on our to-do list with Alisal.
With that, motion to approve.
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Oh, aye, aye, aye.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Ms. Sarah Turner.
Aye, and thank you for having it work at different sites too, so that everybody has an opportunity. I really appreciate that.
And Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, moving on to 13.1, public hearing, proposed composition of trustee area maps and adoption of resolution approving transition to trustee areas.
Okay, so we need to open a public hearing.
Okay. It is 6:37, and at this time I open the public hearing.
Okay, and I'll just take us through the summary a little bit. We've got our map projected there. So currently, the Santa Rita Union School District Board of Trustees is elected under an at-large system where trustees are elected by voters of the entire district. Trustees are elected in even number of years and serve staggered 4-year terms, such that the next election for 3 trustees is scheduled for November 2022, with the remaining trustee seats scheduled for election in November 2024. Way back in August 14th, 2019, the board first adopted resolution number 190810, signaling its intent to transition from an at-large to a by-trustee area board election system upon release of the 2020 federal census data. As we know, that data was a bit delayed by the COVID pandemic. And our trust in a by-trustee area election system, each board member must reside within the designated trustee area boundary and is elected only by the voters in that trustee area. On October 13th, 2021, upon the release of the 2020 federal census data, the board adopted resolution number 211027, redeclaring its intent to transition from an at-large to a by-trustee area board election system. On October 27th, 2021, the board considered information on the process and potential criteria for drawing the trustee area boundary maps, and the board held the first of 2 statutorily required hearings to receive input from the community on the trustee area map creation process. On November 10th, 2021, the district's demographers, Lapkoff and Gobelet Demographic Research Incorporated, presented information on the process and criteria for drawing the trustee area boundary maps. Following the presentation, the board held the second of 2 statutorily required hearings to receive input from the community on the trustee area map creation process. On the October 27th, 2021, in October 27, 2021, the board established an advisory districting commission, which met 2 times and provided recommendations to the board regarding by-trustee area boundaries. On January 1st, 2022, the district timely published 1 proposed trustee area map and potential election sequencing on the district's website for consideration by the board and the community. On January 12th, 2022, the district's demographers presented the proposed trustee area map to the board. Subsequently, the board held the first of 2 statutorily required public hearings to receive input from the community on the proposed trustee area map. On January 26, 2022, the district's demographers again presented the proposed trustee area map to the board, and the board held the second of 2 statutorily required hearings to receive input from the community on the trustee area map creation process. Education Code Sections 5019 and 5030 authorize the Monterey County Committee on School Reorganization, the County Committee, upon application from a school district's governing board to change the method of election in a school district under its jurisdiction. At this February 9th, 2022 meeting, the board will hold a public hearing on the proposed map, select a preferred trustee area boundary map, and elect sequencing schedule, and consider adopting Resolution 220202. This resolution initializing a proposal to the Monterey County Committee on School District Organization for the adoption of by-trustee area elections, which would then be submitted to the County Committee for consideration.
Thank you for reading that.
So as you can see projected, this is our map that is being recommended by the board approved advisory committee that we convened. And we've laid out in this resolution that 3 of our trustee areas would be up for election this November, with the following 2 trustee area, or the other 2 trustee areas at the following election in 2024. There have been no public comments or questions about our proposed map at the time that this has been published for public consumption.
This is a small thing, but the attachment that has the resolution, one of the whereases is italicized and all the other ones are not. So I think that was just, it doesn't change the language, but
right.
just to clean it up, and I have to sign it.
Yes.
I need to say that I did proofread this document, just to the public.
Okay. So what we could do if we are moving to, at the end of our public hearing, if we're moving to approve that resolution, you can certainly, motion to approve it with correction of italics.
And since this is a public hearing, is there any public comment that came in?
Not at this time.
Okay, seeing none, I'm going to close this public hearing at 6:43 p.m. So now, as far as for the board, I just want to start out by saying thank you, Mr. Patel, for being the one to kind of have the foresight to kind of bring this forward and move us in the right direction.
Yeah, and
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I wanted to I wanted to honor Mary, even though she's not with us anymore, because she was one of our board members that also supported this.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the board?
You know, many years ago when we were discussing this, you know, the main issue was make sure we have equal representation. You know, we have a district that is distinct in our different communities. And I wanted to make sure that each community had a voice. And when I look at the final map here, I see that. I see both the Knolls having representation. I see Santa Rita area getting representation. I see Hardin Ranch getting representation. I see Paraiso Estates getting their representation. And in a densely populated area, Santa Rita, we split that up into two. So they have equal representation despite their high density. So when I see this map, I see a great opportunity for our district to grow and to fully represent all of the citizens and residents of the schools that of the community that we serve. So having said that, I'm glad we're nearing the end to this process and the beginning of new elections. But I want to thank the board members to have the courage to step up and approve this and moving forward with this over the years. And I want to thank you for your support. But having said that, you know, we're doing this for our community. Thank you.
With that, would you like to motion?
Having said that, it is my honor to motion for approval.
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
A second, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye, aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Before we move on, I just want to, for our public, go through. I believe Ms. Turner is now trustee area 1. Mr. Andrew Sandoval is trustee area 2. Ms. Alvariano is in trustee area 3. Mr. Neil Patel is in trustee area 4. And Mr. Jacob Sandoval is a very wide swath of trustee area 5.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, moving on to item 14.1. Our next regular board meeting will be February 23rd, 2022. Is there any suggested future board items?
No, but I did want to make one comment. I want to commend Andrew Sandoval, my fellow board member, because this idea of equal representation, you know, I know we started on it years ago, but the fact that he's out there in the community making sure, no matter what city or what community or what district, that people's rights and voices are being heard. So I just want to commend you, Mr. Sandoval, and continue to do the good work to make sure that voting rights are protected and honored. And we will do whatever it takes to make sure they're not taken away or reduced. So thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You know, I'm the part of the organization who that's pushing that forward. So, you know, I'd like to also recognize my colleagues in that organization for believing in that vision and making sure that we are protecting that. But thank you, Mr. Patel.
Yeah, there's a couple cities that are now going to district elections that were hesitant, so it's a big thing. Is there any other suggested future board items?
Just that we would have an opportunity to let the public know. I'm assuming that the state is going to do some COVID changing. They've sort of pre-sent out a message that Governor Newsom's going to say something in the next couple weeks. So if and when, just letting the public know like how we're going to be in compliance with whatever the new regulations are.
And just a reminder, we will schedule our mid-year board workshop March 5th, I believe is what we agreed to, that Saturday. So we'll get that on the calendar after this next board meeting.
Okay. Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn at 6:48, please? Fastest meeting I've been to.
So
Motion to adjourn.
Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Andrew Sandoval,
Aye.
Mr. Neil Patel,
Aye, Captain. I got a basketball
I
game
know.
to get to.
Okay.
Ms. Alvariano,
Aye.
Ms. Sarah Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Jacob Sandoval.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, thank you, everybody.